Bo ja widzę, że na którym tym kanale jestem na Race One. No, jestem na Race One. Nie, na swoim kanale nie ma nic. No teraz jest live.
Dobra, ja wyślę linka. Jeszcze do tego live'a. No teraz jest. No. Już im wysyłam.
Nie wiem czemu... Nie wiem, YouTube... Gówno. No ja się zastanawiałem się też, czemu kurde nie było nic. Nie było nikogo. Kurde na live'ie. Zwykle jest, od razu. Oczywiście słuchałem. Alright, so free practice done. I was already streaming like 10 minutes ago, but YouTube or the stream just did not go on for whatever reason. Even though for me it was displaying on PlayStation that I was live. Apparently I wasn't. So here we are. Start of qualifying. And yeah, already first drivers out on track. Peters coming out on track. Lando as well, the championship leader, coming out on to the circuit. I mean, everyone will be coming out. Berger as well. Pretty much everyone. We have 16 drivers in as well. We have Peters, Da Costa, Emanuel, Fronczek, Lando, Moroni, Nadim, Jean, or Jan, I mean, yeah, Jean, I guess. Stompa, Mark, Steven, Alejandro, Berger, Vervark, Senatoren, and me as a spectator. Yeah. This time as well we have a bit of different set of rules regarding to the cars. As you can see that it's not a Ferrari Cup, at least in PlayStation 5. Oh no, wait, no, that's PlayStation 4. That's PlayStation 4, the new set of rules. PlayStation 5 doesn't have them yet, at least. But still, it's not looking like it isn't like Ferrari Cup. There's some Mustangs, there's McLarens. Well, it's more like a McLaren Cup, more since there's a lot of McLarens. Actually, how many McLarens there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 out of 15. So a bit of a McLaren Cup, but it's not really McLaren Cup. Let's try and find the number 47. Well, I guess we'll go with. I guess we'll go with Lando on a first lap. With him on his first quali lap through La Source, the first corner. I need to lower the flipping volume. It's at 30, the fuck.
Hey, look out for your language. There is penalty from FEA.
Shut up. So Lando on the Camel Straight, and then going into turn number 6, into 7, and into turn number, not this is 7, and then it's 8, and then it's 9. Okay. Downhill into turn number 8, tricky braking. It's a bit wide. It does go slightly bit wide, but it comes back to the line into the no-name corner. This is what it was, no-name. Taking all the track on the exit, then into P1. Very tricky high-speed corner, goes a bit wide. At least it seemed like it on the apex. Or at least the first apex. Then into these two right lefts, taking all the curb on the right hand side, on the left hand side. Not as much. Does he take all the curb? Yes, he does on the exit. Into the first part of Stavelo. Taking all the curb on the exit, and then into Stavelo. Does he take all the curb on the exit? He doesn't run out as wide. He could go a bit more wide, but still good nonetheless. In terms of good, I mean, like, did not invalidate his lap. Into Blanchimont, does he take it flat? No, he doesn't. Slide lift through Blanchimont. And then into the bus stop chicane. Brakes after the wide line on the track. Shifts down to first. Into the bus stop chicane. And then on the exit of the bus stop chicane, running the car wide. And what's the time gonna be? A 2:20.415 behind Peters. Sets 9 cents faster lap time. 2:19.5 lap, but Berger does even faster, 2:18.955. Now let's try maybe. Oh, Emmanuel making a mistake on the exit of Stavelo. Big spin. Alejandro, maybe let's see what he's gonna do with his lap. Of course, did he invalidate or not? We'll see. In the Aston Martin, and the lap time is gonna be 2:19.340, but did not count as he invalidated that lap. Whereas Stompa making a big mistake on the exit out of Radion. Yeah, goes back into the pits. Adrian on a flying lap. Let's, I guess, go with him on a lap. I'll get a bit of a different camera. This is gonna be what he's seeing. Somewhat in front of him, there is Jean in front of him in the BMW as well on a flying lap. It seems like that he's in the he's using a controller, the BMW now behind Adrian. I can even show the onboard if I can find him. This flipping, here it is. Looking by his steering wheel, I think he is using a keyboard. Do you agree, Kuba?
Yeah, I think it's controller. But if someone knows how to drive on it, it's not a problem.
I mean, I don't know. It's
for me, honestly, it's kinda difficult to smoothly operate the joystick. But if someone likes, no problem for me.
Yeah. Let's get back to try and find Adrian. Maybe. Berger did not improve. Adrian, Jesus Christ. Through the bus stop chicane. He invalidated again, but he is going faster. 2:18.567. I don't. That is, if he would have actually done that lap, he didn't invalidate. That would have been the fastest time of the quali session. But yeah, unfortunately he invalidated, so he has to do another lap. Let's see, maybe and else on a lap. Lando, I guess, invalidated. Hard to tell. Peters on a lap, improving by a tenth on his best lap. His last lap was a good one, but I guess he invalidated that one as well. It's just really a question: can they get the lap done? It is very easy to get the lap destroyed, as those car 63 spun on the exit out of turn 7. Who was that actually? That was Steven in the Lamborghini. Spun. Nadim goes P1 in the meantime to 18.792 in the McLaren. It's not in the race 1 McLaren, it is Quantum Motorsports, or Quanta Motorsports. In front of Lando there's Peters, who's improving on his time still, but still that's roughly that tenth that he's improving. The gap goes up to 2 tenths. He will improve his time, and he does improve his position from P7 up to P9. A good lap from Peters. Adrian needs to set a time, just can't let it invalidate. He is doing a very good time, I'm assuming. I mean, by the delta it's kind of hard to tell. Is that time compared to his last lap or whatever else? On the exit out of the bus stop chicane, he goes 4th to 19.082. So not the sort of time that he would have hoped after what he did last lap. De Costa in the meantime has gone fastest, or back to fastest, to 18.707. Senatoren is improving on his time, but marginally.
Poprawię cię, senatorę, nie senatorem, to jest błąd napisany.
Aha. Okay. Berger has invalidated his lap. Mark, I guess he invalidated as well. Nadim is improving his time by 3.5 tenths. Now going into Blanchimont, so he could be absolutely smashing the time what De Costa set roughly a minute ago. Going into the bus stop chicane, no mistakes for Nadim now. It's a mistake going over the sausage curb, losing a loads of time. But does he go P1? Yes, he does go P1 to 18.632 from Nadim. So he goes back to provisional pole position. Maybe there is somewhere Adrian invalidated, De Costa in the pits. Peters invalidated, Lando invalidated, seems like it. But I might as well just see, did he actually invalidate, or is that a fault in the game? Showing that he's invalidated, but he hasn't. On the exit out the bus stop chicane. Does he improve? Does he do anything? He does improve, but that was invalidated, so that was the correct, I guess, call from the game. Someone has gone P1, that is Vervark going P1 to 18.557 from Vervark from the Lowlands Racing in the McLaren as well. The McLarens are really dominating this grid, it seems like it. Yeah, Lando invalidated. Peters has not invalidated yet his lap. Frontcheck still needs to do a good time. Stompa goes P4 with 2.18.732. Of course, depends, did he actually do that? Yes, he did actually do that. That was not invalidated time. Berger now completely smashes the time of that was from Vervark. He goes P1, provisional pole position, and it's a 2.18.387 from Berger. So he's on provisional pole position now by just under 2 tenths. Nadim in third, Da Costa fourth, Stompa fifth, Adrian in sixth, Alejandro in seventh. A bit of disappointing qualifying from him, considering from where he was starting 2 weeks ago in Monza. He was starting in P1, now he is in 7th in the Aston Martin. Peters in P8, Senatore in P9. Lando P10, the championship leader, only in P10. Moroni in 11th, Mark 12th, Jean in 13th. Emmanuel and Steven still yet to do their times. That is the grids. Well, now Steven has done a time of, well, 7 seconds behind Berger, so a bit of time on the board. Let's just say that. Final minutes of qualifying starting now, and it's going to be really crucial for the drivers to do their times. Definitely that we know that the drivers that will not do their times are Vervark, Da Costa, Senatore, Steven and Jean. They will not do their times, or they can't do their final times. Lando has started the lap, Nadim has started the lap. There are yellows, but probably those cars are just in the pits, I'm assuming. Berger is improving his time, but he's dropped down to P2 as Fronczek has gone provisional pole position with 2 minutes 18.242. But Berger is improving on his time through the bus stop chicane. Stompa goes second in front of Berger, but Berger is still improving. He's almost 3 tenths, 2 tenths now, dropped it. But he's going P2 only, right behind Fronczek, 2:18.270. What is the gap between the two? 28 thousandths of a second between Adrian and Berger. Berger lost a lot of time on the exit out of that third sector, or I should say the bus stop chicane. Moroni only in P11 in the end. There's still few drivers on their laps possibly. Adrian definitely not. Nadim probably there is still. Alejandro as well. Peters. No, he's in the pits. He's the one who's sort of causing yellow flags. Lando as well could be on a lap. And yeah. Lando through Stavolo. And yeah, we'll just need to wait for them to cross the line, and then as well wait for the max time waiting. What will they do with their times? Lando coming up to the bus stop chicane. Does he do it good, or does he do a mistake maybe somewhere? Sausage grip, really good. Still on the exit, and Lando, does he improve his time anywhere? He did improve, but only P10 behind Nadim. Where does he go? He goes P2, 5 thousandths in front of Berger, but still that 23 thousandths behind Adrian. There's still Alejandro on a lap, just finalizing that lap. Where does he go? He is pole position for him. Alejandro in the Aston Martin snatches the pole position away in the final. Well, in the end of qualifying, snatches it away from Adrian. Alejandro starts on pole position yet again for a second race week in a row. Adrian starts second again for a second race week in a row. Nadim in third, Berger in fourth, but those gaps from P2 to P4 are very, very slim. Stumpa in P5, Vervark P6, Da Costa P7, Peters P8, Senatore P9, Lando rounds off the top 10, and then it's Moroni, Mark, Steven, Jean, Emmanuel with no time, and that is the end of qualifying. And now it's racing time. What are your opinions after this qualifying, Kuba?
I think pole position is surprising because Alejandro showed up his full potential at the end. I don't know what he wanted, but maybe he just wanted to not show his the whole power, and he waited for to the end. Adrian also done very solid lap with problems before, but nie wiem jak jest powiedzieć, że się spiął.
Chyba nie ma. Albo nie wiem.
Okay, never mind. I think he also done a very good job. Kto tam jest trzeci, bo nie widzę imienia.
Nadim.
Nadim is very close to Adrian, so I think there will be very good fight at the start of the race in the first few laps. And and we will see how will go Emmanuel, because he is starting last because he didn't done any time. So we will see how is his pace. And fingers crossed for everyone. Let's hope there will no be crash in the first corner and everyone will leave.
Leave? What do you mean?
Leave, I think, will be alive. That's what I meant, of course. And of course, good luck for our drivers from Portland's Racing Hope, for Adrian, Alessandro, and Fabio.
Isn't Alejandro driving for Hispania Racing Team?
Alejandro. I said Alessandro. Senatore.
Oh, ja pierdolę. Ah. Yeah. Now we'll get some ASMR of meeting chips. Now I'm good. Like that, I mean like putting my microphone very close to my mouth.
Jak jesz, to oddal ten mikrofon, bo to tak słychać. Ty tak chrupiesz.
Yeah. So yeah. Wyścig się zaczyna się przed Eurusz, tak?
Chyba tak.
Okay.
Tak, bo jak tu stoją, to formujący.
So yeah. The first corner for the start is gonna be Rouge and Radion, so that's gonna be probably 15 drivers of the circuit. By 15, I mean everyone. So yeah. I mean, I guess hopefully that's everyone. Yeah, everyone survives, but then at the same time, I kind of hope that there's gonna be some chaos at somewhere. So yeah.
Oh, someone joined. I don't know who is this. So BMW number 28
with amazing ping.
With amazing ping, yes. Now there will be a crash in Eurush 100%. Good luck for Emmanuel and Jean. As you can see, we have here 2 mandatory pit stops. So there will be no simple way to win this race. Strategy is also very important today.
Yeah,
And
but they can stop whenever they want. There's no stint time anymore.
so they can, yes, stop when they want.
Yeah.
Okay. Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. Very one of my favorite tracks, honestly, in Belgium, as we see very beautiful weather, but it's hot over there, so I think the tires can be a little bit overheating, and that can cause more wearing on the tires. So we will see who will change and who will not change the tires in this race.
Beautiful English.
Fuck you. That's the only word I need to know. Fuck you.
FIA, ban him.
FIA can't catch me.
Uh-huh.
30 seconds.
I'm too fast, baby.
Yeah, yeah, my guy is in Thailand, enjoying ladyboys. So, oh, there you go. Formation lap.
Kamerę daj... Kamera niech będzie taka jak jest, ale zmieniaj między kierowcami na formującą.
Że tak?
Mhm. Tak, i tylko zmieniaj między nimi. Będzie w miarę realistycznie. Nie mamy kamery na jakby za kierowcę. Więc... O, mamy. Ale dobra, chuja widać. To nie jest tak fajne jak w realu.
Może
Nie,
tak.
nie, zostaw taką z zewnątrz. Z wewnątrz znaczy.
Okej. But it's unprofessional in here.
Yeah. We are trying.
If we'll be more professional, then we might get our payday.
I hope we will get paid this time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what formation lap will bring to us.
Nothing.
Maybe some spins, I think. Hope. I hope.
If we want spins, then try and get the camera. Oh, now those fixed. I was gonna say that this guy, Galhotti, it showed it's on the MFD. It showed that he had he had no mandatory pit stops to make.
Nie, teraz pokazuje, że ma.
No wiem. Yeah, but now it's back. This formation lap is way too fucking long. On this track, it's taking like 5 centuries.
Nie mogę go znaleźć, nie chcę mi się dalej szukać.
Hmm?
Nie mogę go znaleźć na rejestracji do ligi, a nie chce mi się szukać.
Może to po prostu jakiś random, który jakimś cudem zgadł hasło. Spun. My guy spun it in the background. Oh no.
You see me right now, baby, right now.
A wiesz, jak tutaj te kierowcy się zmieniają, że co tutaj jest, że w jakimś sensie oni tutaj zmieniają, bo to nie jest nawet pozycja, to nie są na numery. Jak tutaj oni się zmieniają, że tak kurde randomowo?
Właśnie nie wiem, bo mi się wydawało, że to jest na jakby ustawienie na torze, że się zmieniają po kolei.
No, jednak nie.
No to jak to się zmienia? Weź daj do dołu. No jednak numer 66. Nie wiem, totalnie randomowo. Może na podstawie tego w jakiej kolejności weszli na sesję.
Może.
To po prostu klikaj options, jak będziesz chciał na kogoś konkretnego i przełączaj na ten. Przez Return to Garage. Teraz nie możesz, ale będziesz tego używał po prostu, jak będziemy chcieli mieć tylko na kogoś konkretnego. Nie będziemy szukać. Bo takie szukanie po tych jest bez sensu.
Dobra. As now we go into the final chicane, bus-stop chicane. Mustang trying to kill someone in the background, but as the drivers go side by side into the bus-stop chicane, and is the race going to start in here or is it going to start in a Rouge? We'll see. Is it going to be green light here? Could be green light in here. Could be. Just waiting. Waiting. I guess it isn't. So it is going to be down to a Rouge and Radeon.
Oh!
It is going to be down to a Rouge and Radeon.
Yes.
So just waiting for that. Why did it change the fucking camera like that?
So now we are starting.
No, we're not.
80
Yet.
minutes on Spa in race 1 league. Green, and there we go. Adrian has the inside to the Euros, but Alejandro going side by side. I się zlogowałem.
Franczek has taken the race lead from Alejandro, going into the Camel Straight behind. Alejandro is trying to defend that P2. There's one of the BMWs onto the grass. Alejandro is going to try to defend that position from Berger and Nadim. As we try to go flip in, look behind, but I can't. Let's go from Peters, what he's seeing, because he's in the midfield in P10. Anything, there's McLaren behind, that's Mark sending it down inside, but there's contact between the two. Peters goes off the circuit for a little bit behind as well. There's a little bit of contact. That is 47. That is Lando, and I think no Moroni was earlier. That is Steven as well. So already a bit of chaos, bit of contact from the drivers. Lando down in 16. The championship leader has an absolute nightmare of a race start for him. Nadim down to P7. He started P3. He's down to P7, unfortunately for him. So it's Berger up to P3. He started as well, like P5, I believe. Da Costa as well, P5 from P7, I believe. But Franczek already has an over 1 second gap from Alejandro. Berger needs to watch from behind as Stumpa is behind him by 3/10. Now 4/10. Of course, it's gonna be close. Stumpa has a look on the inside of the bus-stop chicane. He has a good exit there, side by side on the exit of the bus-stop chicane. Stumpa can't think of a dive bomb. Down inside into La Source. Does he go outside? Yes, he does go around the outside. Berger tries to defend the inside. Berger goes a bit wide. Stumpa has a great exit, has a great switchback on the McLaren. Who is going to be first? Going downhill into El Rouge and then up the hill. They're going side by side into El Rouge and Radeon. A little bit of contact. Stumpa goes straight on through. yeah, a Rouge, and he's dropped down to P6, and he's probably gonna drop down a lot more places as he does get overtaken by Senatore, and as well by Peters. Stumpa, maybe he turned in a bit too early for the corner, and so there's a little bit of contact between them. That is, of course, gonna probably go down to the steward's room to discuss. Of course, depends if Stumpa is gonna report that, or unless someone else is gonna report that. That is gonna benefit themselves. But that could have gone a lot worse for Stumpa and for someone else behind. Luckily, he's still racing. There maybe could have been some damage to him, but he's still driving. Emmanuel down in 13th. Nothing really too interesting really there. Although to be fair, he's right behind. Well, he just overtook the BMW. Well, for us, a random BMW, because he doesn't have any sort of team in his name. Alejandro has a gap to front check 2.2 seconds. Adrian is cooking in the race lead.
He's cooking.
No, tak się mówi.
Okay, I know.
So yeah, like I said, he's cooking in P1.
Let him cook.
Yeah. The fight for the top is, I mean, we have to be a bit realistic that not every single lap there's going to be fighting. But there is a bit of fighting in here between Stumpa and Peters. Stumpa sending it down inside into La Source. Does he make the corner? Yes, he does make the corner. But Peters, does he switch back him? Yes, he does. And now yet again, Stumpa and the McLaren are going side by side down the hill into El Rouge and Radion. But this time, Peters had a great run on the exit. And Peters was in front, going into the Radion. Stumpa had a big moment on the exit out of Radion, nicely saving it in there. I mean, that could have gone a lot worse for the Ferrari driver, who started in the top 5, down in P8. So yeah, anything else? The Costa quite close behind Berger. But in this section of the racetrack, there's probably not going to be any sort of overtaking. Moroni right behind Galhotti. I mean, it seems like that he is faster. He's trying to go somewhere in front of him. Galhotti goes a bit wide. Moroni could get himself up there. He's trying to get himself. Steven in the pits. And Moroni down inside into P1, and he does get him nicely, and he's up to P14. Lando behind. He could maybe try and have a go on the BMW, maybe at some point on this lap. If he gets a good exit, there could be one. No, it doesn't get a good exit actually. Galhotti's car looks like that he has been through the Vietnamese War. Goes off the circuit on the exit out of Stavelo. Does he pin it actually, or does he keep it? He does keep it, but Lando overtakes him on the back straight into Blanchimont. Lando is in front of the BMW. And the BMW runs out wide through Blanchimont. Hopefully he doesn't run into the back of Lando. Doesn't, but Lando sends it down inside on Moroni. Moroni went a bit wide into the first chicane. Galhotti tries to as well take an advantage, trying to overtake Lando. Lando is side by side with Moroni. Moroni on the inside. Does he send it down inside, maybe to defend his position? Yes, he does. But I think Lando is going to have a great exit, but he doesn't as he gets hit by Galhotti. And they are around Galhotti and Lando in the wall on the exit out of La Source. And yeah, that is the race even worse. I guess Kuba wants a replay.
Yes, let's see from the Galhoti car,
Yeah,
because
ty,
that was a huge bump.
ty pamiętasz, kurde, jaki mieli ten numer? Just wait a second.
Yes. Here we go. Kamera weź daje ze środka.
So, yeah.
Here we are with Galhoti. Let's see what
that's-
happened there. There is Moroni and...
Probably Lando just tried to go back down inside. Oh no, actually just... yeah, no, he ran into the back of Lando. He ran into the back of Lando. So yeah, in my opinion, clear mistake by Galhotti, and he's in the pits.
he retired, I think. He know what he did. There was completely no space for him in that corner, and I don't know what he meant to do. But
Yeah.
but Adrian still on the first position. Alejandro behind with 2.3 seconds gap. If Adrian will not do any huge mistakes, maybe he can be on this first position to the end. He is 1 second faster on the last lap instead of Alejandro.
Huh? No vision.
No był.
No nie.
No tak, był minuta 18, a tamten był minuta 19.
19-0.
Ok, never mind.
18-8.
Daj na kar 107. Tam się coś dzieje.
No, co się dzieje? Nic się nie dzieje.
Tak patrzyłem na minimapkę, czy są tam gdzieś ściśnięci. No z Adrianem tam walczy Alejandro z tym.
Aha. Yeah, the pit window is open now. A whole hour of pit window is open now. So I don't know why why is there a pit window when they only need to do 2 mandatory stops. I guess within that time they have to do it. I guess that makes sense. But whatever. Alejandro, Berger, Da Costa, and Verwerk are going very close between each other as there is a car spawn 587. Who is that car? Trying to find it, of course, with this shitty system. That is Peter's spawn on the exit out of turn 9. Losing the position, I think, to Nadim, but spinning out of turn 9. Now Emmanuel is close to him, to 1.4 seconds. So
Maybe he will catch up.
Yeah, maybe he will catch up. Catch up.
Catch up. Yes. Then there is no sponsor here, so we will not tell about any factor with ketchup.
Ketchup winiary.
Of course, Polish ketchup is the best. Let's go back to the first top 5, I think. Oh, Adrian in the pit.
Yeah, Adrian, first one into the pits. Very, very early on into the pits. Probably took not that much fuel. Probably that's why he's so quickly into the pits. Nvidia is sponsoring Poland's Racing Hope. What the fuck?
No, they're not. Adrian is adversing them for any money. So I don't know why he's doing that, but okay, I will talk to him later. We will get some serious conversation out there. Nah, joking of course. In the Assetto Corsa, you need to have a sponsor on your painting. So he just chosen Nvidia. Okay,
maybe we will get the new GPUs from them.
Maybe, I don't know. There is the Costa, who went a little wide, but I can't see anyone because my friend is changing car in every second.
I'm trying to get flipping Berger, but this shitty system is so fucked up as Adrian has a 30 seconds.
Go back to garage and
No.
choose in the table. It will be faster.
Widzisz
I
coś?
tell you. Widzę... Oh, Adrian has stop and go 30 seconds penalty. So I think he forgot that he need to turn on speed limiter in the pit.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Yeah, he's cooked.
Yeah, he ain't winning the race.
And Da Costa done the fastest lap of the race, if I see it right.
Yeah. Ale patrz, no kurde, i tak się to nic nie robi. Kurde, daje na Bergera na przykład, daje drive, a kurwa to i tak się daje mi na Adriana.
No daj drive.
No.
Okay, lovely shitty system Assetto Corsa, we love you.
Yeah, I guess let's...
It's not the best game for watching.
Yeah, I guess not. But anyways, we have to deal with what we can. As in the meantime, Berger is very, very close behind Alejandro on the camel straight. He's close in 2/10 behind, 1/10. He's trying to go maybe left, right. He's going on the outside. Alejandro on the inside. Berger maybe tries to go around the outside. But Alejandro had a better run. And Alejandro defends that P1 to himself. I don't know, does he know, Alejandro, that his rival, who was in P1, Adrian, had a stop and go penalty, and at the moment is serving that stop and go penalty in the pitch right now. So
Fabio is also in the pit. So another driver who wanted to drive very fast into the pit, very early, I wanted to say.
no, he's on his pit stop actually. You can see it, that he's actually in the, like, doing the pits.
Mówię, że Fabio wcześniej zjechał.
A, myślałem, że szybko zjechał do boksu i ten.
Oh, and there is Lamborghini in the wall.
Yeah, that's Steven. Lapped car.
Maybe he was not in the wall? I don't know.
He was.
I'm blind.
Yeah.
But I see Da Costa, who is trying to catch up McLaren and Aston Martin in front.
Yeah. Oh, Berger's sending it down inside into the bus stop chicane, but a bit too far back.
It was fake.
But, I mean, faking it, he thought about it. Now Berger is very close, going into La Source, down inside, Baroni as well, stop and go. But Berger down inside into La Source, does he keep the position? Yes, he does. Alejandro tried to go for a switchback, but Berger nicely stopped in the middle of the apex, and he is our new race leader in this race. I'm spitting all of my flipping potato chips on myself. Yeah, as well, Da Costa is close behind Alejandro, but not going for a move. So Berger in the lead, but Berger makes a mistake, and there's contact. Berger into the wall through turn 6, 5 and 6. There is probably some damage as well to Alejandro or Da Costa, but Berger in the wall through
Let's
turn
see it from Da Costa Pop.
through the flipping turn 5 and 6. Berger, another time when he was fighting for the lead, bottles it when there was almost nothing to really bottle from.
Da Costa.
Już.
Spoko, nie naciskam, tylko mówię.
No mówisz 5 razy. So let's see what's happened in here.
Z taką kamerę będzie lepiej.
Ale POV was okay. So what did he do?
Okay.
Just loses the back end, and then there's a touch, and then yeah, just lost the back end. Let's go into the car that was behind. Let's pick a bit of a better camera, and then let's see from the Costa's POV. Yeah, just loses the rear going into turn 5, and there's contact.
I think tires locked up.
I think he just turned in a bit too aggressively or something like that. But anyways, that means Senatore is in P5, P3, whatever he is. The live timing being a bit shit. Fabio serving his stop and go 32nd now, so bit of a disaster for Poland's racing team. I think we can go. So. As well, there's someone.
I think there is something wrong because it's kinda weird that both drivers catch stop and go. We'll see if others will also get it. Maybe it's some luck.
I mean, Emmanuel didn't get it, and he was in the pits.
Ah, okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind. I didn't saw him. Never mind.
Galhotti has a drive-through penalty for track limits, so yeah.
Senatore is on P3 from the I think 10th. He was no.
He was in the top 10. He was like P8 or something like that.
Okay, but anyway, it's his first race. No, sorry, second race in this league. His debut, and we see that he is doing great job for now in this race, because when the opponents makes mistakes, it's pushing you forward, and that's beautiful in sport. But there are two McLarens behind him, chasing him, so he absolutely feels pressure from the guys behind.
And then as well, there's his teammate Adrian, but he's lapped down, so he doesn't really need to worry about him too much in terms of the position. But yeah, the two McLarens behind, but those two McLarens are not teammates, so maybe we could see some fighting between them. Trying to find flipping the two McLarens. Yes, there we are. Nadim and Berger. Senatore goes a bit wide through bus stop chicane, but he does go into the pits, and as well does Nadim go into the pits. So Berger goes up to P3. Of course, we have to remember that Berger has the damage from hitting Alejandro, and as well Alejandro has the damage that was caused by Berger. Of course, nothing really, no one's fault. Just Berger lost it, tried to save it. And in the end, well, Berger came out of worse from that. So yeah, so far we have Alejandro leading the race from the Costa, Berger P3, Senatore P4, Nadim P5, Peters P6, Lando P7. Mark P8, hello master. Vervark P9, Jean in P10, Emmanuel P11, Adrian in P12, Moroni P13, Galhotti P14, and Steven P15. Drivers who have made their pit stops are Moroni, Franček, Emmanuel, Jean, and Vervark, as well as Senatoren and Nadim.
Okay, no, sorry, I need to stop you, but let's do a very little break, because you need to give me SharePlay again, because this is the right moment, I think. Let's reset SharePlay, and in this time I want for you, I have a song for you. You will listen, we will do our sales job, and let's go.
No, we ain't having that song. Or we ain't having that song. I left the party. Wait, hold on. I have to flip John back in there now somehow.
What have you done?
We ain't listening to that.
I know you wanted to.
We ain't listening to that. We ain't listening to that. Another driver has a stop and go, and that's yeah. As representatives and drivers for Poland Racing Hope, we say goodbye. See you in 2 weeks' time for another race, probably in Misano. Ciao. See ya. Bye. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Alessandro might stop and go.
No, every Poland's Racing Hope driver, every fucking time that was there is us. There is some sabotage. 100% sabotage. We are mad.
Yeah, very. As you can hear by our
Yes, as you
voices.
can hear, we are really mad for that. By the way, Emmanuel is trying to overtake Jean, trying to find the gap in him, into him. Hell yeah, nah, hell nah.
In him? The fuck?
Nah.
Hey yo. Okay.
Hey yo, Poo Jack. Beep 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 beep. Okay, this is serious sports, serious commentators.
Yeah.
Now we'll see if he has the better exit. Maybe he will be able to dive bomb him
there's
into
blue
the
flags.
chicane.
He has blue flags,
And,
so he needs to let Alejandro through. And yeah, that fight will probably go bits to, well, we'll take a break as Alejandro goes into the pits. So that's a bit ruined Emmanuel's line and time to attack Jean. So let's see, maybe down inside into Lasors. He does go for a late send, and he's down inside. Jean does give him space, but that was a very late move or a very late decision to go for the move. But in the end, it did reward him a position, and he's up to P10. So yeah, in the not point pink position, since you get points for like P25 even in here.
Miłego komentowania, chłopaki. Dzięki misiu, dopiero teraz zauważyłem wiadomość.
Alex? Czy jak?
Tak, Alex pisał.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, Emmanuel up to P10. Alejandro in the pits, like I said, Berker as well in the pits. Our new race leader is De Costa, but he still needs to pit twice. The same with Peters and Mark, who are in P2 and P3. They still need to pit twice. 53 minutes left in the race, so still quite a lot of time. Yes, Senna still needs to do his stop and go at some point. Alejandro rejoins the track in P5 right behind Galhotti, so a bit suboptimal for him, as he might lose a bit of time to De Costa. And yeah. There isn't really much to talk as much. as the race has a bit calmed down in this part of the race. We'll see when the Costa is gonna pit, because he still needs to pit twice, like I said. The same with Peters and Mark. The Costa doesn't pit. Peters and Mark are quite far behind, as Mark spins. Mark in the wall. Mark spins on the exit out of turn 13, I believe. Drops down to P4. But that promotes Lando to go up to P3. What the hell happened to Mark? Well, I guess we shall go into the replay. Check what he did. As we have time. Car 720, 720, 720, 720, 720. Where is it? There we go. And then a lot of laps in front. And then let's go... spamming competition. Okay, what did he do? Just lost it on the exit. Yeah, just lost it on the exit, but did not hit a wall, so he has no damage. That's good news for him. But it's of course a bit disappointing that you just spin like that. Both Peters, Lando and Mark go into the pits. Alejandro overtakes all three of them. 63, that is Steven in the wall. Quite badly in the wall, and he's hits another wall. He's stopped at the apex of the track, back into the pits. And yeah, that's... his race isn't going that so well, let's just say that.
But we can forgive him that, because he said he's new in this game, so...
Yeah, Kalhoti left. Yeah, so we have one car less in the race. Kalhoti, after making a mistake through Erosion Radion, returned to the pits and left the game. So, good. I guess. I mean, at least there's gonna be no safety cars just like that for no reason. Or for someone that is so far behind. I guess. I don't know. The Costa going into the pits for the mandatory stop, or one of the two mandatory stops, and now I guess we will just watch where the car number 2 of Alejandro is going to rejoin. How far in front or maybe how far behind he's going to be behind the Costa. Probably in front of the Costa, but we shall see. Just follow Alejandro as he's... There isn't really that much to watch. I mean, there's of course Vervark and number 24. Somewhat close, but they're not close enough for any sort of overtakes or anything.
Numer 720.
Yeah. There's front check overtaking Mark into turn number 5. And he moves up to P8. Mark just about came out of the pits. So that was as well for position. And he's up to P8. The Costa still just about going into his pit box. So yeah, Alejandro is probably gonna overtake the Costa by quite some time. I mean, let's just see what the gap is gonna be between Alejandro and the Costa. Alejandro now overtakes the Costa, and then now let's just, I guess, see how big the gap is gonna be. Right in front of Alejandro rejoins Senatore from the pits, from his stop and go. And yeah, the Costa is dropped a position to Perker. Senatore in the wall in the meantime, in the turn 5. And yeah,
It was so cold how you said it.
Yeah, just yeah, Senatore in the wall.
Yeah, normal things in race 1. Welcome to race 1.
I mean, all of our 3 drivers got stop and go, so it's really just like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, De Costa,
Points are points. Okay. Yes, De Costa.
De Costa has rejoined the track just in front of Vervark and Nadim, but 13 seconds behind Berger. So yeah, Berger has, well, he did good laps, I guess, to be far in front of De Costa, but as well maybe some different like fuel loads between the two. Less fuel on or something like that, I don't flipping know. But anyways, maybe just different pit strategy in terms of maybe tires, but as well maybe fuel. How much do you fuel up with these two stops? There are different stuff. But yeah. I'm just trying to find Nadim, I guess. Or Nadim. Oh, there he is. So yeah. Let's just go with onboard with Nadim. Since he's very close behind Vervark, and as well De Costa is right in front of them. He's closing within a tenth between Nadim and Vervark. Vervark is gonna try and go a bit defensive. Vervark goes a bit off the circuit, but I don't think Nadim is gonna send it down inside from here back. Vervark kinda moves on the braking, but I mean, not like Nadim even was going for the move, so you can't really complain about that. Nadim is faster, 6 tenths on the previous lap. Nadim, let's see how good of a exit does he get. Runs out a bit of the circuit. I mean, he did get a better exit than a Vervark, and so up the hill through a Rouge and Radion, and now maybe run up to turn 5. Maybe Nadim could get the move done there on the inside, or maybe through the outside. He has the slipstream. Can he catch up to Vervark enough for the inside or outside? Vervark kind of goes defensive. Nadim sends it down inside, but he oversends it, goes off the circuit, has to give the position back to Vervark. Where is Vervark? Vervark is there. They lost a second to De Costa, but most importantly, there wasn't any major contact that we saw, but Nadim tried to go way too hot into that corner, and in the end did not make the corner and had to give that position away back to Vervark. But maybe later on in this lap he could maybe try and go for the move, a bit cleaner move, maybe to the bus stop, as turn 5 is not the most ideal place to overtake if you want to send it from... Yeah, if you want to send it. If you're side by side as Nadim goes side by side with Vervark mistake through that turn 13, and Nadim is in front of Vervark in an unusual place. Vervark making a mistake, so Nadim just takes the advantage and says thank you very much, I'll take P4, and he is up to P4. Now, of course, in front of him is now De Costa, but that's P2. Sorry, P3 is 2.7 seconds in front of him. So it is quite far in front, which is a bit suboptimal. But yeah, Vervark sent it down inside into bus stop chicane. Vervark does not make the corner. Nadim as well saw that from a long way back. And so that costs them again a bit of more time to De Costa, but most importantly, Nadim saw that move, did not get assassins by Vervark, and now the gap behind him is not 0.5 seconds, it's 1.5 seconds. So yeah, it turned into better. Now Vervark cannot make a ridiculous sense on Nadim out of nowhere. At least, oh Jesus Christ, Moroni going on the grass on the Camel Straight. Still 42 minutes left in this race. Soon we will be at halfway through the race, just 2 minutes 30 seconds into halfway. Moroni has the blue flags. Nadim is right behind him, but he does let him through nicely. Well, he does let him through somewhat nicely. Anyone else? I mean, there is Hardens.
24. No nie, byliśmy tam przed chwilą, nieważne.
Emmanuel leading the way from Peters and Franczek, who Franczek is trying to overtake Peters, who is right in front of him. 0.3 seconds in front of him. Maybe he could get him sending it down inside into turn 8, and not a good place, but Peters goes a bit wide. But I think he's just gonna go into benefit of Peters. Franczek almost lost it on the exit of turn 9. Into Puon. Peters is defending a bit. Of course, in front of him is his teammate Emmanuel, so he needs to defend a bit. Although Peters just lets Adrian through. For whatever reason, Peters just lets Adrian through. And so Adrian is up to P7. I mean, he's up to P7. In the meantime, as well, Berger goes into the pits, as well does Moroni into the pits. Now, those are the final pit stops that they would need to make. They don't have to make another pit stop anymore. So Berger and Moroni making their final pit stops. Yeah. I guess let's just stick with Adrian, with him and this little pack. As I mean, there is.
He is faster than Emmanuel, so I think he will catch up in maybe 1-2 laps.
Yeah, but then as well there's Nadim catching up to the Costa, so it's really just who do you want to prefer watching. Although if you really think about it, Adrian the gap is still staying somewhat the same, 1.7 around there. But we'll of course need to wait like a lap or two to see the gap difference, of course.
It was they were on straight a few seconds ago, so I think Adrian will catch up in the corners. Peters is... sorry, Franczek is running away from Peters 1/10 for 10 seconds, I think, something like that. Oh, Franczek goes wide, and there is nothing really good to talk about. This is just boring catching up, but he is going off the track again. I'm really worried about him, because maybe he's trying to push more than he can, and it can be very serious problem, because it's easier to mistake in such a reason. So very long straight now. We will see his top speed out there. ...266 kilometers per hour. I think my grandfather's Mercedes W124 will not go this fast. He is 1 second faster per lap than Emmanuel in front. Now the gap is half a second, and yellow flag in front of them, but I don't know why. This is someone in the pit. I don't know why there is yellow flag.
I mean, it has been going on for like 10 laps.
Okay. Suspicious.
Uh-huh.
Now Adrian has a slipstream. And also Dirtier, Emmanuel goes defensive, and he stays behind waiting for the best occasion to attack.
Dirtier is in the corners, by the way.
Yes, I know what I'm saying.
It feels like sometimes you don't, but okay.
I'm stupid, okay? When I'm telling bullshit, just don't listen to me, okay? When I'm telling bullshit.
Okay.
Emmanuel went wide, so Fronczek is gaining again on him because of better exit. Now here he tried to go on the gas as much as early as he can, and now there was really close to drive into Emmanuel's rear bumper. And let's see now who will get better exit. Oh, Adrian goes wide, so Emmanuel will run away from him right now. Peters is now 4 seconds behind from Adrian, so for him the fight is over right now.
Yeah.
For the 5th position.
In the meantime, Nadim is in the pits as well, making his final pit stop.
Okay, so he's undercutting everyone, I think. But Gali also has done his both stops. And Emmanuel goes wide in that corner, and they are going. Adrian is trying to go side by side. They are now going side by side into Eurush. Let's see who will be first. They are going still side by side, but Fronczek gives Emmanuel 4th position to avoid the contact. He don't want to ruin his race more than that stop and go which he got. Sorry. So the chase is started again. Oh, and there is contact between Emmanuel and Adrian. Adrian didn't give him position back, so I think he believes that there was Emmanuel fault. If you can please let's look at the replay, because that was very fast accident. The camera was changed exactly in the moment when Emmanuel was drifting. Daj pofiego. Okay, so here we have this corner, and yeah. Emmanuel did a mistake. He sent it too hard, I think.
Yeah.
Tried to go on the throttle too early. So
no,
Adrian
that's not throttle. That's just when turning he was braking, and the back end just went. The rear went really light, and it just snapped. And Adrian, of course, had nowhere to go, so I guess Adrian corrected Emmanuel from that spin, so he's actually not that far behind.
Yes, let's hope that. Sorry for going into your word. No, let's hope Adrian has any damage at the front.
Mate, look at it. He has damage. It's all
okay. Let's hope it's not
major
that much
damage.
Let's hope that this is not that much, okay? Let's hope, let's pray.
God, please forgive us for our sins.
Yes.
Okay. Nadim is close behind Berger. Both of them have done their final pit stops. So, I think they're the first ones. The only ones who... Yeah. Berger and Nadim are the first ones on the grid who have done their pit stops, I mean, already. Oh, of course, Jean and Moroni have done them, but they are 5 laps back. No, not really. They are. Well, they are quite far behind, but not that far. Not that 5 seconds. 5 laps. So, anyways, anything else? I mean, there's Emmanuel, of course. He will try and catch Peters. Steven's still in the pits. Alejandro has a comfortable gap of 30 seconds in front of the Costa. Yeah, there's nothing. I guess let's just focus on these two, since I mean they are close, 1 second. But I feel like Nadim is losing time on Berger. The gap is rising, so yeah, they're losing time. Oh, he's losing time to Berger, but it is what it is. I guess let's just go back to Emmanuel, since he's somewhat close behind his teammate Peters. 8 tenths, but still, of course, way too far back to go for an overtake. Closes in on the straight as he has slipstream on Peters. Yeah, well, of course, doesn't close enough to go for a move. Still, that's 6 tenths back. 30 minutes of the race left now. So, yeah, only half an hour to go. 20 minutes of pit window still left, open. And, yeah, there isn't really anything else to say, I guess. That's really important. There's car 34, the Costa making his final pit stop. There's still, of course, Berger and Nadim still close. Nadim has closed in on Berger to 6 tenths now, within the 3rd sector. There is Emmanuel right behind Peters. Let's just try and get Emmanuel's on board. And he's closing in. And he has overtaken him, as Peters just lets him through. Again, for whatever reason. I mean, of course, now they're teammates, so I understand that. Mark, in the meantime, has gotten himself a drive-through penalty. Track limits violations, probably. I don't think actually there's any other reason why he would get a drive-through. So, in the meantime, front check, Emmanuel and Peters are gonna gain themselves 1 position, as the Costa is making his final pit stop. But of course, these 3 still need to do their pit stops. The same with Mark and Lando. Mark needs to do 1 extra pit stop, or drive through the pit stop, since, well, he has a drive-through penalty. And that drive-through penalty around this circuit is just painful, as it just costs you like almost 2 minutes of your time, just by going through the pit stops. Of course, not really 2 minutes, but more like still a lot of time lost because of the drive-through. Let's go back to, I guess, Nadim and Berger, as Nadim is 4 tenths back. He is quite close behind him. Both of them are in the McLarens, of course. In front of them, there's going to be the Costa exiting the pits. Berger had a massive slide through Radion, somehow saved it, and Nadim just gets a free position from Berger's mistake. Actually, he gets 2 positions as Da Costa has rejoined behind them, and since Nadim and Berger don't have to go for another pit stop, Da Costa is gonna have to fight for that, at the moment, P7 position. Of course, this will change as drivers in front are gonna have to pit, but Da Costa, who was looking maybe to go for a podium, the podium is not so confident. It's not so obvious now. So, yeah, he's gonna have to fight his way through. But, team make a mistake through P1, he's gonna lose a bit of time. Berger is gonna catch him up a bit. But I wanna go into replay and see from Berger's onboard his save through Radion, because that was absolute madness what he did. So yeah, up downhill into Eau Rouge and up the hill into Radion. Lose it on entry a bit. Okay, it looks a bit more dramatic from outside, but he did save it very nicely. Because of that mistake, lost the position to Nadim. In front, there is a car in the pits. That's Vervark in the pits.
By the way, Adrian is now on the lead again.
On the lead. Oh yeah.
But he has 1 mandatory pit stop left, so we are not still happy.
Yeah, Alejandro just made his pit stop, rejoined in 4th. That is like 15 seconds behind Adrian. So yeah, after the pit stops that the top 3 need to make, Alejandro is going to be leading the race by 50 seconds probably. And yeah, Lando still needs to make a pit stop. There's nothing else to talk about. Yeah, there's nothing to look at, I guess. There's nothing really like obvious fights going on. Peter's going a bit off the racing line. Yeah, there isn't really much to talk, I guess. Let's just go back to these 3, since they're the closest to each other. So maybe if one of them is gonna make a mistake, then if Da Costa is gonna make a mistake, then well, he's gonna be out of the contention probably for that position, maybe.
Za ten czas, skoro i tak nic się nie dzieje, możesz przypisać przycisk pod kamerę z helikoptera.
Nie, w trakcie wyścigu to nie będę tego robił.
Zrób tam, ile to zajmie? 10 sekund?
Dobra, kurde, teraz mi powiedz, kurde, gdzie to mam, kurde, przypisać?
Tam, gdzie będziesz miał kamerki, to powinno być takie coś jak helikopter kamera. Albo helikamera, coś w tym stylu.
Mhm. Gdzie?
Gdzie masz kamery? To nie było tam w view? Niżej?
No nie. Kurde.
Aha. Okay, maybe this is not possible on the PS5. Never mind.
So yeah, in the meantime, while we were trying to flip in, well, Kuba convinced me to try and get a button assigned for apparently a helicopter camera. In the meantime, Da Costa tried to go around the outside of Berger into the bus stop. And now Da Costa is very close behind Berger. Berger is going to make the same mistake. No, he doesn't. But Da Costa is right behind him. And Da Costa should get him easily on the straight. Da Costa a bit of weaving. Da Costa is probably going to force to go around the outside. Yes, he is. And Does he go around the outside? Does he get him around the side? No, he doesn't. But now he's gonna try to go for a switchback around the side, and here, no, he doesn't. And so Berker defends nicely from the Costa, at least from those 3 corners, but maybe into turn 8 downhill. Maybe the Costa around the outside could get him. Doesn't look like it. And so he's gonna have to live for another day, although the Costa is now trying to go for the attack, but there's contact. The Costa just kind of goes into the side of Berger, and now the Costa sends it down inside into Puon, and he does get the position on Berger. The Costa as well, a bit, you could argue that, well, that there was a contact, and then the Costa did not leave space for Berger. But anyways, the Costa is in front of the McLaren, and so he is up into P7. Now, the 4 seconds in front of him, there's Nadim, but I think he needs to focus on Berger as the Costa makes a mistake through Stavolo. Berger has a great exit, so great that he goes onto the grass, and so the Costa could maybe think about of a send into the bus stop chicane. Outside, inside, we will see. Is he gonna send it? He's faking it. The Costa, does he go wide? Does he go wide? Yes, he does go very wide. He goes off the circuit. Berger has a great chance of maybe getting him on the exits. I mean, the Costa is gonna have to give that time back at least, because he did go off the circuit and gain an advantage from that. Lando in the meantime in the pits, as well as is Peters in the pits, so they will gain two positions. But because the Costa went off the circuit, he gained time, and because of that, and so Berger probably won't be able to attack the Costa into turn number 5. Yeah, he isn't able to overtake him, so, or isn't he even, yeah, he is not able to overtake him and even go for a chance of an overtake. So Berger is gonna have to stay in 6th, even though the Costa went off the circuit and well, did not give the time back, basically, so that the gap would be around that 3/10. It never went down to 3/10. It's still in 6 to 7 to even 8/10 now. Was it 7? It's probably going to go to 9 and 10, 1 second now, since Berger got a very bad exit out of turn 9. To go off the circuit, it almost looked like he was going to go off the circuit. Probably Berger is a bit fuming. Maybe now he's making a bit more mistakes. But yeah. Anyways, the Costa in 5th. There's still Adrian and Emmanuel, and as well Steven, who had to do the pit stops, although Steven is in the pits. 20 minutes to go in this race. Yeah, like I said, front check, and Emmanuel still with the pits. Senatoren is now in the pits. He has great internet as well. Yeah. Alejandro is 7 seconds back from Emmanuel. Of course, when Adrian and Alejandro are gonna pit, then Alejandro is gonna inherit the race lead, and a massive race lead, because the next car behind would be the McLaren of Nadim, who is quite. He's going into a Rouge, and Alejandro is going into turn 7. So, yeah, the gap is quite big. 18 minutes to go in this race. 8 minutes of the pit window still left open. So, yeah, Adrian and Emmanuel are going to have to do their pit stops very quickly. Although their pit stops are going to be very quick. So they shouldn't lose too many places. But this massive pit lane that there is around Spa is going to hurt them a lot. With the fact that they might be behind Nadim, Da Costa, and Berger. They could be behind Vervark as well, just because of the fact this pit stop around Spa for GT3 cars is just unbelievably massive. Yeah. Oh, Adrian has a drive-through. It's a lovely day to be a driver or any. Oh, for fuck's
hell no!
He even hit the wall like going into the pits, and now he's probably gonna have a few seconds of damage. Oh my fucking god!
Who have I signed? No, joking. Of course, Adrian is co-owner with me of this team, but
Yeah,
why?
Mattia Binotto.
Why?
Yeah, Mattia Binotto.
Yeah, exactly. Zbinala.
Yeah, so Nadim is gonna get P3. Yeah, I mean, Emmanuel is gonna be in front of Adrian easily. I mean, Adrian still needs to make a drive-through or the pit stop, depends.
And repair his car.
I mean, depends how many seconds is that the damage.
I think it's too much.
I mean, it's less than 16 minutes, so it's only like a few laps. So we'll see. Yeah, he's made it. Oh, yep. No, we ain't watching him. Stop and go as well. Yeah.
I'm dying.
Yeah, I can hear someone is stabbing you.
I'm dying.
Like yeah.
Why it's always us? Why?
Yeah, so Emmanuel in the meantime rejoins in P6. Far in front of Peters. 7 seconds behind Moroni. But 30 seconds behind Vedvark, so that's gonna be probably a P6 confirmed for him. Pretty nicely. Alejandro leading by 25 seconds. Nadim in P2, Da Costa in P3, Berger in P4, 2 seconds back, so there could be something. Front check dying. Lando down in 9th. Yeah, his championship lead is probably gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna go down in a way that someone is gonna overtake him. I'm talking about Alejandro, but either Alejandro is gonna overtake Lando in the standings, driver standings, or it's gonna be very, very close going into the next round. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah.
We are cooked.
Yeah, yeah, we are cooked. Yeah, I might have to start racing in here as well. If this...
No, because there will not be no one to comment on the PS5. Because me and Bombi has PS4.
Nah, Emmanuel can handle it.
Nah, he can.
Yeah, he can. He's the owner. He can find another commentator.
But he cannot find anyone as good as us.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess.
we are the best.
Mark, in the meantime, has bandits in... let's go back to fucking Berger, and I want to see what Mark did, because fucking hell, this fucking shitty system is fucking annoying me already. There he is. the fuck did they do? Oh,
Oh,
luckily misses the wall, but
but he didn't crash. That's something.
yeah, but probably shit his pants. So
Maybe.
12 minutes left in this race. There's nothing much really to talk.
Poland Racing for PS5.
Yeah, that's probably a topic for another time, aka for never. Sinatran still needs to make his pit stop. I thought he was in a pit stop. Apparently that did not count. And so if he doesn't pit now, then well, the game is probably gonna make him do, I don't know, a drive-through, a flipping DSQ, I don't know. Does he make his pit stop? Yes, he does. Doesn't hit the wall, unlike Adrian did.
Let's forget about it, okay?
No. We are gonna talk about it the whole race, the whole rest of the race.
The worst thing is that we recorded that.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing about it. We recorded that, and this will be on YouTube.
Nah. On. Okay, I'm not gonna say it.
I think we are gonna delete this this stream.
Yeah, you.
And we
Not
will
me.
act like it never happened.
Yeah, you. Me? Leave it there. Fucking hell. Last 10 minutes left of this race. Starts now.
The window is now closed.
Yeah, the pit window as well is closed, as you heard. Yeah, there's nothing really much to say in this race.
Yeah.
Senatore making his pit stop. Final one. Alejandro leading by 25 seconds in front of Nadim. Emmanuel in no man's land in terms of positions. Vervark, well, the same thing. I mean, he's 6 seconds behind Berger, but unless Berger or De Costa are gonna make mistakes, then which probably will not happen in this final last 9 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be just a race to the end, I guess. Nadim as well, just cruising home with 9 minutes to go. Lando, the same with no man's land. 25 seconds behind Peters, and then how many is that? 20 seconds? No, that's probably gonna be, I don't flipping know, he's in no man's land anyways. Peters, the same thing, 20 seconds behind Emmanuel, but 28 in front of Lando. De Costa, I mean, he's got Berger behind, but yeah. Senatoren is literally no man's land. He's nowhere. By the way, Steven finally has come out of the pits. He's finally driving after like 70 minutes.
And he has still 2 mandatory pit stops.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, he still has two pit stops to go.
so he is cooked more than our team.
Yeah, but there's difference between a complete rookie even to the game, and then someone who drives the game a bit more than just first time in their life. Yeah. I guess let's just watch Alejandro.
Yeah, one silent lap with him. Let's go.
Yeah, that was a lap with the race leader. I love it that one lap that we actually went with him. He made a mistake into turn 8.
Camera pressure.
Yeah, commentator's curse. Yeah, 5 minutes to go. I say that's one lap with Alejandro, just like that. Silent one was very much needed because that made the those 2 minutes go a bit faster, at least for us. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there isn't that much. I mean, what's the gap between Perker and the Costa? It's still 2.2 seconds. It's still quite big. Vervark a bit closing in on Perker bits because the gap is down to 4 seconds between them. But there's 4 minutes to go, so I don't think there's gonna be anything happening in here. I guess we'll just watch these two, or these three, I guess, just to see if there's gonna be anything happening in here, just in case. I don't know. If Alejandro would make a mistake, that would be pretty entertaining. That would be the only reason why I would want him to spin. Or crash or whatever. That would be the only reason, just to make it a bit more entertaining this final 3 minutes. But yeah, I mean, there isn't that much to really talk. Berger is kind of closing in on the Costa,
Numer 107.
but there isn't really that much happening. Lapped cars for Emmanuel. Yeah. For Nadim as well, there's a lapped car of Senatore. Mark bins it on the exit of turn 7. I guess, well, I mean, might as well just go into replay to see what did he do. again. What did he do? Probably just... Oh, whoa! Oh la la! Well, that was a...
Alright, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
I would say that was a very rookie mistake from him, because like cutting that much and not realizing that you're gonna cut that much is a bit poor, I would say. So yeah, Berger is quite close behind Da Costa, but he is closing in on him, but he's still too far back, at least for now. There's apparently communication that Alejandro is on the final lap. Now, I don't know if he's going to be on the final lap or not, because it's 1:20 and it's going to be quite close with time. I think that he's going to actually be able to make it for that one more time through the flag. Yeah, he should be easily able to easily make it to the flag. So these two are going to fight for 2 more laps, or this lap and then another one. Berger is going to have to maximize everything on these final 2 laps. The same with Da Costa to really maximize his corners and then defense, so that he's going to be able to keep that podium place, because this is actually a fight for the podium, not just only on track but actually fighting for it, like actually, since the remaining minutes or seconds, I'd say, are only 20 seconds. These two are gonna still do one more lap, but Berger is trying to go for the move on Da Costa into Blanchimont. They're gonna be almost going side by side. The Berger is right behind the Mustang of Da Costa from GDM Racing. Can he go maybe down inside into the bus stop chicane? Da Costa, does he outbrake himself? No, this time he doesn't outbrake himself, so he stays in that 3rd position. But one final lap between these two. Can Da Costa defend his P3, or can Berger get that P3 to himself? Is going to be the question. Is it going to be Da Costa for GDM Racing to get that podium, or is it going to be Berger for Race 1 McLaren to get that podium? Is going to be answered this lap. Da Costa is a bit too far back, too far in front for Berger to send it down inside into turn 5. So Berger is just going to have to maximize this 2nd sector to the absolutely fullest, absolute maximum that he can, and pray that Da Costa is going to make some sort of a mistake through this 2nd sector. Maybe going for a move, or maybe just sitting back and waiting for that bus stop chicane. But in the meantime, we are going to our race leader, Alejandro, absolutely flawless this race week. There was one contender who could fight with him for that P1. That was Adrian Franjek, but he had an absolute nightmare of a race, from drive-thrus to twice stop and goes, and a dumb mistake going into the pits. Alejandro comes out of the pit bus stop to win the Spa 80 minutes here in Belgium, around Spa-Francorchamps, and takes a dominant win from pole position in the Aston Martin. 2nd win in a row, at least, for him. Now, we need to go back to Da Costa and Berger, as they are very, very close between each other. Nadim is going to get P2, but this is a bit more important, because this is a fight still for that podium place. Berger, can he send it down inside into bus stop chicane, or Da Costa maybe outbreaks himself? No, he doesn't outbreak himself. I think Berger is gonna have to settle for 4th. Nadim gets 2nd. De Costa on the line. I think he will get 3rd. De Costa just about on the line. Gets 3rd. Defends that P3 from Berger. Berger just a bit too far from De Costa. Has to settle for 4th. Vervark gets P5. Emmanuel is gonna get P6. Peters P7. And then Lando P8. Jean P9. What is actually in here, because this is all kind of confusing. Alejandro P1. Nadim P2. De Costa P3. Just 91 thousandths in front of Berger on the line. Vervark P3. P5, sorry. Emmanuel P6. Peters P7. Lando P8. Jean P9. Moroni P10. Mark P11. Senatore P12. Steven P13. Adrian left the race, so he's not gonna get any points even. And that is the race ended, and as well the share play for you, Kuba, ended as well at the same time.
But it's not a problem because the race is over. So
yeah, Steven, by the way, a gap to I guess the car in front or whatever, 2,636 seconds to, I guess, Alejandro. I don't know. I didn't even realize that Stumpa left the race early. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, that was the Spa 80 minutes. Alejandro, the winner for a 2nd week in a row. Nadim in P2 with the fastest lap. De Costa rounds out the podium. Alejandro is going to catch up Lando a lot in the driver standings. The same, and he's going to overtake Emmanuel. And yeah, that was the Spa 80 minutes. What is next week? Misano, no?
I don't know.
I think it's Misano because it's like literally it's the same calendar as PlayStation 4, just like a bit different times. Yeah, in 2 weeks' time, Misano 45, 2 times 45-minute races. And so, yeah, see you, I guess, in Misano for the
Thanks for watching.
2-time 45-minute races, and see you in 2 weeks' time. Ciao.